Boom! Welcome back to Johnny Custom Glock's Front Sight Press, where I'm going to move this over so I can't see myself. Hey! Awesome. Where I am here with Julie and Jeff. Boink. There we go.
Close enough.
So it's good to be here with you guys again.
What's up, everybody?
And
sorry we missed last week. Illness is going around as usual. Sorry we missed last week. Thanks for coming back this week.
don't forget that Carrie is the unheard voice.
We're back.
Yeah.
We're mad.
So
We're mad. I don't know. Are we?
We're
back. We're bad. We're mad. Glad. I don't know.
Nice.
Wait, did you say ice?
We got
what?
on already?
You can't say that.
Can't
No one's on yet. We just started.
I beg to differ. We got some, people.
Other than Sean
We got
probably.
five people watching us.
Kat, Louis Soto, Kenny Johns.
Hey.
Yeah. Somebody else is not showing up.
Somebody else who we don't know.
Hold on.
Yeah, that's...
Wait, what's going on now?
You make sure the volume's off.
Oh.
All right. What is going on? Did I get kicked off my own phone or something?
What is going on? Here we are
Nope,
again.
We're up. There we go. We're good.
What's going on? All right.
We're good. So let's spank the sponsors and get on with it. Really big show.
Is
Spots on my glasses. Either that or on my eyes. I don't know. So let's spank our sponsors. Start off with our king sponsor. Johnny Custom Glocks, because life is way too short to have a Glock trigger that sucks. So don't have a Glock trigger that sucks. Get a Johnny Custom Glocks trigger and you won't regret it.
Oh, and that new one is awesome.
That's right. Julie just got one.
4311 is great.
Yep, that is his own design, not making the Glock one better, but his own design making the Glock trigger way better. And I got to tell you, I'm going to say this. I'm going to say it. So Julie got two guns the other day. She got her 43X and had JCG put a trigger in it, and he put it in himself. All right. And she also went over to Shark Coast and picked up a staccato.
Yes, I did.
All right.
C2.
C2. Very cool. Very cool. All right. The Glock 19 size one. Okay. And here's what I tell you. Her 4311 trigger breaks better than the staccato trigger. Now, I gotta give the staccato the reset, right? Because it's a 1911. It's hard to beat it.
Yeah.
But as far as the break go, I never thought I'd say it as much as, all hail, the JCG trigger. But a 1911 is a 1911. But I'm going to tell you this, that 4311 trigger that he put in there, that thing breaks better than the 1911 trigger. I said it. Hate me. I'm not taking it back. It's the truth. That's all I'm going to say. That's it. I said it. It's out. I said it. I no longer have to keep it inside. It's out. The 4311 trigger that she has in her gun is better.
Amazing.
So there it is.
Who else are we spanking tonight?
As usual, our jester sponsor, Sean Hilton, and SmokeShow3D.com. Yeehaw!
Hell yeah, baby.
Don't forget to go over there and use your FSP 10 to get 10% off. All right? So do that. And if you ever get a chance to eat anything that Sean cooked,
Oh,
my God.
get on that too.
that is good.
We brought the
We want to thank
leftovers
him for
home.
always hooking us up with stuff.
So I had a big tin of all the leftover pork from that event. We ate it for like days. Like it was great. That
Nice.
stuff was still good. Like a week later, Like I just threw the buns out last night when the garbage guy came this morning. So I just threw the buns out, but the pork and the brisket was good for like a week later. We put it on sandwiches. Karen and I made pork nachos one night where we heated up and put it on there with the queso, the nachos.
Nice.
Like it was fantastic.
It was really that good
for like days.
It really was that
Highly
good.
recommend. Yep.
And last
Highly
but not
recommend.
least, the Self Defense Emporium. Hooking us up with the hour on the simulator every month on the raffle. All right. Let me scratch my back. Need like a post here or something, like a red up against it or something like that.
Feel like a big bear in there.
We gotta get to the toast because I'm dying to drink this. Like, let me see. Can you show me that? All right.
What do you got now? You didn't get a 2025 advent calendar of the liquor this year, or you did?
No, we didn't.
No.
But I got this Eagle Rare 10, and I've been dipping into it a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Just dipping into it. All right. Got this from my good friend Wynn. He gave me that for Christmas, and it is very good. Very good. It's very easy drinking. So let's do the toast. What do we got to toast to tonight?
We always toast you.
Thursday.
We're going to say that at the end of it, but just
hey, Travis Shoers.
hey,
A toast to surviving one more week without getting deported and or shot by ICE.
there you go.
There we go. Yeah.
Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. That's all I'm going to say about that. How do you think ICE doing? And I'll keep that one.
Ice to ice.
All right. So here's to everybody that shows up every Thursday night, even when we don't, right?
Yeah.
Supporting us. Let's have a dinner or something, all right? So it's a little toast that goes something like this. You know what rhymes with Thursday? Alcohol.
Cheers.
Yeah, the MGT dinner was a success. We should have a frontside press dinner.
That's good.
We should. You want to set it up?
Shooting or get together or something. Yeah. I know a caterer.
Yeah.
A very good one.
The best.
We can do that. Let's make that happen. When are we going to do it? How many
I
people
don't know.
are watching now?
I don't know.
Hey, rocking and rolling.
Sometime in February, early March.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's try early March. All right. Let's get a date for that.
Jose Jimenez is on. Nezzy's on.
All right.
Don't do it when I'm at Special Olympics.
All right. So you let us know and we'll figure that out. But let's do a meet and then we'll do the simulator tournament. All right. So who gets the best score on that? What do you want to shut that off at? 40?
40 people.
Yeah, I mean, if that's what you want. I mean, if
We had
if
50
you want to
at
do a
the other.
similar thing, yeah, if you want to do a similar thing like what we did before, I mean, I can set the Eventbrite up and we can get Sean to bring food. Just basically do the same thing for a different group of people. Or if you wanted, I don't know how many people we get. We don't even have 40 people to watch the show, but you could just do it. We could do one of the episodes Thursday night at the shop and just do it live. Do like a live party where everybody shows up. We can cater on a Thursday. Everybody can be there. We can do our own. We can do live from the shop or something. I mean, either way. I guess if everybody who watches the shows at the shop, though, then there wouldn't really be anybody watching the show. But we have to sort that out.
That's all right. Not everybody that watches the show watches it live.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
well, not everybody lives here either. They watch it from Orlando and some other places. So maybe if we do it on a Saturday, they could probably drive over, and it might be easier for people who don't live locally. We'll figure it out.
yeah, we can do that. Saturday night.
Instead of on Thursday night.
Yeah.
You can all look it up.
Yeah, do a similar thing that we did last time. So yeah, we can cap a number on it, get a quote from Sean, do the same thing we did before, have a tournament.
I tell you, I asked one of my ATF guys, if we could do a wine testing, he'd get all pissed off at me.
Really?
He was like, that's got nothing to do with us.
Ah.
I'm like, hey man, I'm just making sure everything's all right. He's like, Mike, you can call me for any ATF stuff you want. He goes, but whether you have alcohol in your shop or not, it's got nothing to do with me. He's like, I don't know, call the Manti Sheriff's Office or something. I'm like, I'll just go with I think it's okay. If they don't get a problem with us, like, you know, we should be good. That's all I'm saying.
Austin's on. Vern's on.
Austin.
Me. All right.
All right, what are we talking about?
What else is going on? So, well, before we get into other stuff, any other things going on at SDE that people need to know about? Any other classes coming up or special guests or anything going on at SDE? Anything exciting?
What do we got for Caffeine and Carry this weekend?
We have, what's his name? Kevin Williams.
Oh, he's coming this week. I won't even be there.
He's going to talk about terrorism, counterterrorism.
So listen up. This is what we got going on, right? We got to start supporting.
Awesome.
We got to start supporting everybody besides Boone and Sarah Adams. Like, I do appreciate the 40 women that showed up for Boone and Superbad. You know.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't even know that was her.
I had never met her. Never.
No, I mean I know it was Sarah Adams.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know Sarah Adams was Superbad.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Right. She's awesome though. She's funny. We had a great time. But we got Kevin coming in. He's a sergeant for BPD for Bradenton Police Department. All right. He is former NYPD counterterrorism. All right. So he's got some stories and he's got some information he can give out and stuff like that. So he will be, you know, a great guy to listen to and a great guy to ask questions to. So, like, first of all, Kev's just like, knowing him personally, I'll tell you this: super dude, funny, great guy. Like, love that guy to death. All right. So, come down and support him for this. You know, it'd be nice to see, you know, half dozen women come down.
Yes.
And bring your questions, because he could tell you some stories.
Oh boy.
Right. Like, I didn't know that, like PDs, like big PDs and stuff like that, like the counterterrorism guys, they train with tier 1. They train with, I don't know, you know, what I'm supposed to say, whatever, but we'll just say they train with tier 1 stuff. And it's cool watching him do stuff on a simulator.
Yeah.
Because you put him in an active shooter role, watching him go through, and he's straight up like hunting. You know, there's two ways. Like, we have one scenario that I use all the time, which is active shooter. It's in a hallway. You go down the hallway, around corners, upstairs, stuff like that. And there's two ways to do it. One is you're there to, you know, serve and protect. So you're there. You know, there are people you need to talk to. You know, how you talk to them, stuff like that. And then watching him go through it is straight up watching a predator hunt prey. Like, it is like impressive how that there is only one thing. Like, when that thing starts up and he starts in motion, it was awesome. I was like, when he got done, I didn't know if I was supposed to plot, you know, clap, you know, I didn't know if I was supposed to bow. Like, it was just like, it was impressive. All right. Just to watch someone just hunt evil.
Nice. Yeah.
Like, the way he went through everything, the way he checked everything, the way he kept moving, stuff like that. It was straight up impressive. And then he's like, well, you know, we train with these guys and we train with those guys, and they, you know, and it's just like,
Okay.
all right, well, that makes sense now. But it was just, and, you know, he's going to, like, Gabriel is going to be the 24th, right?
Yes.
So the 24th of February, Gabriel will be the Caffeine and Carry. So let's get some people down there to support him. This will be his first thing doing it by himself. All right. And he's going to do it on flashlights.
It's the 21st.
21st.
Yeah.
All right.
21st Saturday.
So he's going to do it on flashlights.
Yeah.
Okay. But he's also, we're going to take that, we're going to turn it into like a 4-hour class or a 3-hour class. And like Gabriel obviously doesn't have any experience. So I set him up to talk to some people who have mega experience in real world shit, shooting people and stuff like that. And one of them is Kevin. And when I just was asking him the question about this, we started talking, and I was like, I was driving, I wanted to pull over and start taking notes, just listening to him talk about stuff and like things that, I wasn't familiar with, because everything I've done with a flashlight for training and stuff like that has been with iron sights. Like, I didn't know that some red dots get flooded out when you turn your light on, because my rifles never get flooded out, right? But I haven't done a whole lot of stuff in the dark with red dots on pistols. So it's like, yeah, some of them will just flood out and you won't see crap.
And about the green dots, what's that?
What's that?
Green dots?
What about green dots?
Do they also go away?
Oh, I don't know. I just, like I said, I was driving and I was just talking to him for 3 minutes, and I was just like, yeah, this is going to be good. I was like, I want to be there when you're being interviewed by Gabriel. Yeah. So those are the dates.
Well,
so this week, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, didn't you guys have like a red dot class recently? Or
yeah, well, Mike Connor has, what's it called?
Something optics.
Yeah, something about pistol, learning your pistol optic or something like that.
Yeah, I saw you guys had something coming up for that, I thought.
That's a good class. That's, a lot of information. Like, people really don't know about red dots. They put them on their pistols and stuff like that, and
I think they look cool or whatever. Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah, and they're like, well, I can't find it. Well, you can't find it because you're doing it wrong. Well, like, I dealt with a lot of cops come to me and be like, we went through training, but the guy keeps saying the same thing. And I'm like, what's he saying? He says, well, you look at your target and you present the pistol and the dot will superimpose it and blah, blah, blah. And I go, well, I can't find a dot. And they go, well, what you need to do is look at your target, then present the pistol and the dot will superimpose itself. And it's just like, all right, so he didn't tell you why you can't find it. He didn't tell you how to fix it, anything like that. Because what they're doing is a lot of instructors parrot shit. So they're told and they don't understand one way or another, right? So they just keep saying the same thing. Like, if you ask me and I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, I'll call somebody. Yeah. I'll get you the answer or whatever. I'm not going to, pretend to know shit I don't know. You know what I mean? But speaking of instructors, we need to get Jeff into an instructor class.
Didn't you take it last summer?
No, he couldn't.
Oh.
Yeah, you had it on a Wednesday, Thursday or something. I had a trial or whatever, so I couldn't go.
Like, that was important.
Right, I know, right? So, let me ask you this. This is what I've always heard about red dots, like people who either don't like them or whatever, but they tell you shouldn't have a red dot or train with a red dot because you get used to focusing on the dot, and then let's say it happens and your dot doesn't come on or the battery doesn't work, and it tends to make people freeze up or the muscle memory doesn't work correctly because they're so used to looking for the dot that if they don't find the dot, they hesitate and it causes problems. Like, is that accurate or true, or do you have any idea?
Well, that's I would put that under what jackasses say.
Right.
That's like saying this. Let me put it like this. That's like saying you shouldn't have headlights on. You shouldn't drive at night with headlights, because if your headlights go out, then you can't see.
You can't drive. Right.
And then you'll freeze up.
Right. Yeah. You start your car, your headlights don't come on. You don't know you forgot how to drive. Yeah.
Right. So having a red dot on a pistol, right, is like the difference between having a car, right, with power steering and an automatic transmission. Like, it is that much of a leap into the future. You know what I mean? Like, Jeff, I don't know if you've ever, I know you've driven a manual transmission, but I don't know if you ever driven a car without power steering.
Yeah, my 1974 Nova didn't have power steering, and you have to be Arnold Schwarzenegger to turn the fucking car around corners.
Exactly.
Sometimes you got to put your leg up on the dash and like push back and just it's like driving a bus in speed or something like that. Yeah, you gotta have. Yeah, that sucks.
You got both hands in the wheel like
for
this.
80 years. Yeah, I don't know how people
Calling
drove for 80 years
the
without
passenger side to help
friggin'
to
power
get around the
steering.
corner.
Yep,
That's
awful.
what it's
I mean,
like.
my Nova
It's-
had
it's-
power steering, but it went out one day, and I had to drive all the way home without it, and it was god awful. God awful. So yeah, I don't know how the hell people did that for all those years.
Let me explain how silly those statements are. So you put suppressor sights on your gun so that you can see through them, through your window, right? The
Right.
dog trying to get in, right? So it's like this. If your red dot doesn't work, look for your sights. But I mean, I'm not telling you that your red dot battery can't die when someone's trying to kill you. Like, first of all, try changing it every year, right?
Treat it like your treat it like your batteries on your smoke detector every Christmas and Easter. Check it or whatever to make sure it works.
Right. But red dots, like, here's the deal. Red dots are that much easier, right? Well, I can't find my red dot. Well, learn how to fucking do it right. I don't know what to tell you, right? Right. It's just, it's stupid to say that you shouldn't do something that makes you faster and better, because if it doesn't work, you'll have to go back to the way you would be doing it originally. Like, that doesn't make sense at all.
Jose Manez
Right.
says, have your iron sights co-witness.
Well, you don't co-witness. Like, you zero your dot where your dot's supposed to be zeroed. All right. The one thing you get out of it is that wherever your gun is, you can see the dot in that window or whatever, and you don't have to line them up. So, like, co-witnessing your sights really not the way you're supposed to be. It's really not what you're supposed to do with a red dot. With a laser.
Well, don't they remove the iron sights to put the red dot in?
No,
Like in the MOSs or whatever? Oh.
No, the MOSs you still have sights. Like, what you should do is
Okay.
there are some guns you have to take your rear sight off, right? I like to have suppressor sights on my red dot, so if my red dot ever breaks, I don't freeze up. I can use my iron sights. It's trying to say that you shouldn't have it, because if it breaks, you have to go back to the old way. So just stick to the old way. I'll just wait for it to break.
Steve Kosa's
Right.
on.
Like,
Frank Butts.
wow.
Jimmy Kemp.
Freaking old school night.
Lana's on.
It is.
All right. Lana's
It is.
keep getting a call. Don't tell her I'm on the show. So,
All right.
but yeah, get red dots, put them on there.
I've really never had one. I've really never had one on any of my pistols, so I've never like shot with them or learned to train with them or really know what the difference is.
Like, there is one of the big things, like the biggest thing about a red dot is it's the opposite of using iron sights. All right. So if you get a pair of iron sights, you're shooting with me, you're going to hear this all day long. Front sight, front sight, front sight, front sight, front sight, front sight, front sight. Right? Front sight press, front sight press, front sight press, front sight press, right?
Yeah, that's true. What are you going to yell at somebody if they have a red dot?
I don't know. Keep looking at the target. Stop looking at the dot.
Red dot press. Red dot press. I don't know.
Right. Like, the good thing is you just look at it and the gun comes up and the dot superimposes itself, just like they say, if you have a good draw stroke and stuff like that. But it's like, you no longer, like most people like this, when we put them on a simulator, they look at the screen because they're under stress. So they look at the screen instead of looking at the front sight.
Yeah.
Right.
With a red dot, you're supposed to look at where you're trying to shoot.
Lana says, I see you.
Oh, right. Like, one of the things they do with red dots, they take painter's tape and they put them over the front. Right. So you just shoot with the painter tape over it and you can still see. You still see the dot on your target, even though you don't see the painter's tape, because they want to get you out of the window and looking at your target. So, excuse me. It's the way of the future. It's like this. If you want to know how to kill people better, go look at CAG. So go look at Delta Force. See what they're killing people with. Right? Because those guys are friggin' ninjas. I mean, it's not like they can sneak into somebody's bedroom who's the president of a country and take them out without anybody noticing or anything. It's not like they're like that.
Banish them in the middle of the night in an act of war. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
It's hard to do.
Hey, play stupid games.
It is hard to do.
I like it when Iran starts acting up and they move everybody that was down there. They take those guys and go put them next door. You're like, you're next. So have you ever wanted to visit New York City? Because you're about to get a chance to. You like Miami? It's nice there this time of year. So all right, let's get to Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Stupid game.
What do you want to talk about it? There's a lot going on up there. What do you want to talk about?
Yeah, what's going on? Like everybody, everybody's pissed off. Like nobody deserves to die, but don't put yourself in a position where you get shot. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well,
I think I guess, so I'm only coming at this from the Second Amendment community standpoint. Like, I'm not going to talk about whether it was a justifiable shoot, not a justifiable shoot. I'm going to say the thing I always say in any shooting investigation. If the police or anybody shoots somebody, you put them on administrative leave, you conduct your internal investigation. If it was a justifiable shoot, you take them off leave and tell them, thanks for your service and keep serving. If it was not a justifiable suit, you fire them or refer it to the prosecutors or whatever to do whatever they're going to do with it. Like what annoys me about all of it is everybody becoming the expert and jumping out on both sides. Like I don't like the administration jumping out and automatically calling people domestic terrorists and saying we're not even going to investigate this because it's clear. And I don't like the Democrats coming out and saying they're just murderers and shooting innocent random people running around the street just going to get milk and cookies either. Like everybody should shut the hell up and let investigations go forward and go from there. What's got everybody riled up in the 2A community about the most current shooting, the Adam Petrie guy or whatever his name is a lot of the statements coming out from the administration are very anti-Second Amendment. They're making a big deal about this guy having this gun. And it's really starting to annoy people to the extent where the NRA has come out and condemned a lot of their statements and positions. The Gun Owners of America has come out, Florida Concealed Carry, all these kind of things. So like for example, the biggest one that really pissed everybody off was what Kash Patel said. I don't know if you saw what his quote was or whatever, but he basically said, not basically, this is the quote: "You cannot bring a firearm loaded with multiple magazines to any sort of protest that you want." It's that simple.
That's not true.
That's not true. Correct. And that's the problem is he came out after the shooting and said you cannot bring a loaded firearm to any protest. Now, there are a few states, there's a handful of crazy states that say you can't bring a firearm to a protest, but Minnesota is not one of them. And for those of us here in Florida, Florida is not one of them either. You are free to bring a loaded firearm and as many magazines as you want to whatever protest. And now, guess what? Guess how you can carry that loaded firearm and your extra magazines when you go to a protest? Mike's favorite 4-letter word: open. So yeah, we don't have that in Florida. So that was one of the main statements that came out and pissed everybody off. Trump actually came out and said basically the sort of the same thing, that he didn't think the guy should have a gun. He didn't like the guy having a gun. He doesn't like the guns and all these kind of things. So the problem is in their rush to defend the ICE agents, they really focused on the fact that this guy had a firearm that was loaded with two X. They made a big. They did what the left does. He had 2 fully loaded extended magazines. One of them said he had a laser sight on the top of his gun. You don't walk around with a gun with a laser sight and multiple magazines unless you're looking to start trouble. So they started using that rhetoric in an attempt to justify why ICE felt threatened to shoot the guy. And everybody started to go, whoa, wait a minute. Why are you adopting the language of the left to justify this? If it's justified, it's justified. But why focus so much on the gun? Focus on he impeded the investigation, or he attacked the officers, or he was doing some obstructing or resisting arrest. Like, focus on his actions. But, and again, I'm not getting into whether it was justified or not, but I think the problems was, in this case, the actions weren't as clear from the video as it was in the last one, where the lady like clearly ran over the cop that was on like multiple videos. So the actions here weren't as clear from some of the videos as it was in the first one. So they had to jump to the fact that he had a gun. And so it really just sort of pissed everybody off in the gun community that all of a sudden the pro-gun people were making a big deal about this guy having a gun. He had a valid permit. There's reporting that he didn't have his permit on him, which technically in Minnesota, you're supposed to carry your permit when you have your gun. That's a technical thing. That doesn't mean he couldn't have his gun. So anyway, that's the setting aside all the politics of ICE and everything else going on there. The issue that the 2A community is having with this shoot is not necessarily the shoot, but the administration's response to it was very sort of anti-Second Amendment, and everybody and their mother came out and made statements and said they don't agree with that.
I can understand that. Like, I want to know why they pressed the trigger. I'm not saying, there was no reason for it. I want to know what happened.
Well, that's why investigations, the body cam footage, like all that, like you notice, and I'll just say this, with the woman who ran the cop over a couple of weeks ago, they released body footage immediately from like every one of those cops that showed her running people over and what the wife was doing. I ain't seen no body cam footage from this shoot. So they didn't release it as fast as they did the last time, which just pushes my suspicion arrows up a little bit in the air, because I think if it's clear as day, that body cam footage would be out for all of us to see. Now we're analyzing different pictures and cell phones, and some of the pictures show that he was already disarmed when the shooting took place. Some people say it wasn't. Some people see something in his hand. Other people say it's a phone. So, there's a lot of confusions about it, and that's obviously why there needs to be an investigation. So it's kind of one of those weird. Well, and then to add a wrinkle in there, one of the theories going around is he was carrying a SIG, P320 or whatever it is. Yeah. So what do you think one of the theories is going around about why the shooting took place? Correct. There's gun experts now.
Riot shot. I pressed the trigger. I didn't want it to
theory.
Gun shot by itself.
Correct. That when they went to disarm him, because it's a SIG, it went off by itself, as people claim SIGs are prone to do. All of a sudden, they're arresting this guy. They know he's armed. Gunshot goes out. You can hear on one of the cell phone videos, one of the ICE agents going, gun, gun, gun. All of a sudden, they open fire. So the theory is that the SIG, the defective SIG, caused this guy to be dead because it went off accidentally. So obviously they're going to look at that. But then again, there's other pictures that say he was already disarmed and the gun was removed by another ICE officer before the shooting even took place. So if that's the case, it didn't go off accidentally. Like, there's a lot of questions here that people don't know, and it's easy to say, well, he should have just stayed home. He shouldn't have gone out there. Like, stay out of ICE's way. I may agree with that. You may agree with that. But the fact of the matter is, he has a right to go down there and protest, and he can carry his gun when he does it. Now, you don't have a right to interfere with law enforcement. You don't have the right to obstruct federal authorities who are trying to conduct an operation. So if he did those things, then that may be a different issue. But just a blanket statement of, he shouldn't have gone down there, because you could say the same thing about the January 6th people then. They just shouldn't have gone. All those people should have been arrested. Ashley Babbitt deserved to be shot because she shouldn't have been there in the first place. They should have just stayed home, or Tea Party protests or whatever. Like, you can't, whether you like the ICE people or not, most of them are blue-haired leftist, awful idiots who are probably protecting child molesters in their neighborhood. But setting that aside, you can't start making blanket statements that protesters can't carry lawfully, registered or carried or whatever firearms for protest, because then that means you can't either when you go have your little Tea Party protest or pro Second Amendment or whatever protest. So careful what you
My
wish
thing
for.
is, why wasn't he arrested 2 weeks ago?
Well, right now today, there's this video that came out of like a week ago or whatever it was, where he spit like at a cop and then kicked the ICE car when it drove away or whatever, and he wasn't arrested. The obvious answer is because Tim Walz and Mayor Fry have told their police officers not to arrest protesters or anybody who harasses or threatens ICE, and they have their hands full trying to arrest the illegal immigrants that they ain't got time to chase down, misdemeanor spitters or whatever. So, right, this is the problem with all of it, is that the only reason there's so many ICE agents there is because there aren't any local people to provide them support. Like, they're making a whole big thing about how they just sent back the border czar, the border patrol guy or whatever, back to the border. Right. Why the fuck is the border guy in Minneapolis in the first place? Last time I checked, the border ain't in Minneapolis. He should be down south at the border. But the reason Border Patrol was there is because the local police were ordered by their politicians to not support ICE in any of their operations. And so they had to bring in other federal agents as backup, security, whatever you need, so they can do these ICE raids. And so all of a sudden you have all these people who border agents probably aren't trained for crowd control or home invasion or home warrant arrests or whatever. So now you got all these people who aren't doing the job they should be doing because the local people wouldn't do it. So if you want to go all the way back to why all this is happening, that's the number one reason.
My thing is that they're trying to paint this guy as Mother Teresa.
Well, he
looks like an asshole.
Right.
Right.
I mean, well, remember the Maryland dad? Right.
Yeah, Maryland dad. They sent away they're trying to deport the guy's convicted sex trafficker.
Right. Yep.
He's got on arrest. He's got MS-13 tattoos.
Yeah.
Oh, you're just saying that. Yeah, Trump is so mean, and you're so fucking stupid.
Yeah. But that's always what they do. They, the Renee Good lady was just a mom who has her kids in school, and that was a Maryland dad. I mean, remember what George Floyd was just a nice, young man who was walking down the street, and right, like they always saint those guys, those people. That's how they do it.
Trayvon was such a sweet little boy.
Oh yeah, Trayvon's such a sweet kid.
Right, exactly. Right, he was just walking through the neighborhood.
He's 12 years old.
Hands up, don't shoot. Like all that stuff's always bullshit because they always have to. They have to make those people better. I mean, didn't you see how they manipulated the guy's photograph?
No.
Oh, you need to you need to Google this. So there's like his I don't know. I guess it's his resume photo or whatever, his stock photo from the hospital because he was a nurse, and he looks, he looks like a normal person. He's got blank white skin. His teeth are a little crooked. His nose, he's going kind of bald or whatever. So CNN took that photo and they doctored it. Like they gave him hair, they shrunk his nose, they straightened his teeth, and they tanned his skin. And you can see the side-by-side pictures. And so they did that, and then they put that picture up as this is the nurse who was killed, and he looked completely unlike the real picture that was in there. And they got caught. They put the picture side by side, like it's all over the internet. Like, you could just Google it. It's hilarious.
They're so fucking despicable that they're like, it's like this. Nobody's shocked that CNN people are a bunch of pieces of shit. Like nobody's shocked, right? So they just do stupid shit like that all the time. It's like if they get caught, they don't care. What's they gonna do?
No, they don't care.
Ruin their reputation. They're a bunch of fucking assholes.
Right.
Hey, Kunal is on watching, and then Sean.
No, they do that shit all the time.
I'm here.
There you go. What? He said what?
Oh, hang on.
Oh, he said, "Okay, we can restart." Sicko Shay, did you see the Mr. Guns video? Where'd it go? Kicking the federal vehicle should have been
Yep, that's
charged then. That's what Mike was saying earlier.
That's what I'm saying. So what he's doing, he's destroying. And I'm not a lawyer, but we may be able to get one to talk about this. He's doing destruction of federal property while carrying a firearm.
Mm-hmm.
So is that a ticket or a misdemeanor?
I don't know what. I don't know what it would be.
When he kicked the truck and broke the rear brake light and shit like that.
Right, when he kicked the truck when they were driving away. I don't know federal law, so I don't know if that's destruction of federal property. I don't know if it's criminal mischief. Like here in Florida, it would just be criminal mischief. Like there's no carve out like for destruction of police property. If you kick a police car, it's the same as if you kick my car. It's the same charge. Now I don't know if it's different. Again, I don't know if it's different for feds. There may be a specific crime.
Is it different if you're
for federal property?
Different if you're carrying a firearm while you do it?
No, not in Florida.
All right, because I thought if you're trespassing, right, and you trespass with a firearm,
because there's specifically a section in the trespass statute that bumps it up to armed trespassing. It's like robbery versus armed robbery, but there is no criminal mischief, which is armed criminal mischief. Like it's not every crime is enhanced just because you have a firearm. It's only whatever crimes are specifically enumerated in their statute. So no, we don't have an enhancement for criminal mischief with a firearm.
Yeah,
but I don't know federal law, and since that was a federal vehicle, I guess you could argue that federal law applies. But again, I don't know. The issue, but I guess you can make the argument that okay, that was a week earlier, so maybe that makes him a piece of shit. But does that change the facts of what happened on the day he actually got shot? Because it means absolutely nothing in his trial. No. If you have a trial in his case, let's say they charge the officers, it's not going to come up. It's not going to be relevant that he did something a week earlier, because if the cops didn't know about it, number one, it's not relevant for sure. But number two, past stuff means absolutely nothing in your current situation. It's going to be the facts of that situation, whether that officer was in reasonable fear for his life or whatever the federal rule is when it comes to officers discharging their firearms. If it's not, then it doesn't matter what he did a week earlier.
I'm not saying he should get shot because he kicked a fucking Suburban or whatever. What I'm saying is he ain't Mother Teresa.
No,
this is what he's not. This is what he does.
And if they had arrested him a week earlier, whether it was the feds or the actual local cops who should have done it, he wouldn't have been out there that week to get shot, or most likely his permit would have been pulled because he was under criminal indictment like it is in Florida. And so if they had actually done their job a week earlier, it would have changed the trajectory of his life. If they had just cooperated with ICE and not been a sanctuary state, none of this would be happening. None of this would be happening if they just weren't a sanctuary state and or city and were just cooperating with ICE in the first place. They wouldn't have had to have so many ICE agents in there. They wouldn't be stoking the flames of the protesters by calling them Nazis and talking about Anne Frank, some poor little Mexican girl in a attic somewhere is the same as Anne Frank in her attic. I mean, that's nonsense.
I was Anne Frank's was her half sister's bodyguard for a day.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I got called to go down to
cool.
Where was it? Was it Northport? And asked if I would go down, and because they were having she was only speaking in 2 places in the United States.
Carrie, I texted you an article and a picture about that thing, by the way. Right? So she was in 2 places? Yeah.
And they were getting death threats from skinheads in the area. So I'm like, all right. So I went down with me, Medic, and I think Thunder Ted.
Oh boy.
Right? So they had asked me to come down, and the head guy was like, all right, so what's going to happen? I go, well, what's going to happen is if these guys come in and they start shooting, we're going to take her. We're going to go out that door to my truck, and 2 of us are going to leave, and the other one's going to stay here and fight until they're done. He goes, well, what about the rest of us? I go, you didn't hire me to come down here to protect the rest of you. So he wasn't very happy with that answer. So that was one thing I said that they got mad at me about, but hey, that's not what they asked for, right?
That's the truth.
And then, like the head lady down there was walking around and, whatever. And I was like in like their green room, what they were using as a green room before she got up to speak. So I was just hanging out there with her talking. Like, it's funny because when they introduced me, she looked at me and she goes, so you're my bodyguard? And I'm like, yes, ma'am. And she was like, okay. Like, basically like, I fought the fucking Nazis, right? And I'm just like, hey, I'm here because they asked, like that. And we sat down and like, she goes, sit down. I'm like, all right. So we sat down, we were talking about a bunch of stuff. And a lady come up to me and she's like, so what do you think of her? And I go like this, I go, she's hilarious. And she got all bent out of shape because all she was doing was like telling jokes to me, like saying funny shit. Like we were having a great time. You know what I mean? But I guess, I was supposed to say like, oh, I don't know. Like I really liked her. She's like, Mike, I want you to have this. She gave me a book, autographed it to me. Whoa. Like it was a really cool experience. But she was just great to be around. But they didn't want to hear that.
Of course not.
They wanted to hear, I guess, like how inspiring she is. And, like she didn't say anything inspiring to me. She was telling me jokes all day.
Right.
But she was really cool. I really liked her a lot.
That's neat.
So, but
yeah, Tim Waltz compared a little Mexican girl maybe hiding up in the attic in Minneapolis as the same as Anne Frank hiding up in her.
That's crazy.
Attic.
Yeah, and if she's guilty of smuggling cocaine, then I don't think Anne Frank was smuggling cocaine or having sex with children or killing people. But I'm sure they're the same. Just fucking. It's like this is what it is. So if you want to know everything about everything that's going on, get ready to take notes because I'm going to tell you. This is what's going on for all of you that don't know. Okay. All those politicians in Minnesota are coming up on charges for fraud and spending our fucking money that we work for to send it to fucking terrorists and taking a chunk out of it, right? So they're funding terrorism so they can get rich. Mm-hmm. And what they're doing is they're going, oh, look over here. Look over here at the ICE, mean old ICE people. Like, you're still going to jail, you piece of fucking shit, right? Same thing's going to happen when they go to California. Like, they're like, oh, it's 100 times worse. Like, you think California's bad? Wait till you go to fucking New York. Mm-hmm. It's because it's going to be 100 times worse in New York than it is in California. Well, I don't know, because fucking Gavin Newsom's a fucking idiot, but whatever. That's what's going on.
So what do you think about, speaking of piece of shit Somalis who ship stuff back to their home country, what do you think about the Ilhan Omar attack? You all down with that?
I think it's fake.
That you paid the guy to spray water on her that smells like a fart? What do you want me to say about it?
I don't know. You think it's fake? You think it's real? Or you think it's funny? What? I don't know. I just thought it was
funny. Think she nodded at him to get him to do it.
Right. I've seen that video where she like speaks and looks right at him and then she didn't wash her face or anything. She stayed up there and kept talking. I mean, I'm not gonna say whether it's fake or not. I don't know, but it certainly looks a little weird. But the feds have charged the guy. Like the DOJ has charged the guy. So I would assume that if it was fake, it's like a Jesse Smollett and he was paid or whatever. He's gonna crack at some point or say something, or they would have tested the bottle to make sure it was actually stuff and not just, I don't know. I wouldn't think the DOJ out of all people wouldn't just take her word for it. I would assume they would have investigated it, but who the hell knows these days?
How would they not have taken her to the hospital or at least made her change her clothes?
Right. You don't even know what's in there. Right. How did you not at least go to the bathroom and wash your face? What if it's just the guy's urine or something? Now you got it all over your face and your shirt and you're just going to stand there and keep talking?
She went after him. Like, she went after him.
Tried to attack him, yeah.
Like, first of all, that guy doesn't look, I don't know how to say it, normal.
Right. I agree.
You know what I mean?
I see what you're saying.
How did he get that front row seat right on the corner? You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, you know what? Like, I've done security not for people like that. And I'm pretty sure that if one of my people were speaking, that I would be like, how'd that guy get up front?
Yeah.
You know, he doesn't even walk right. It just,
Yeah. Jeff, we have a question from Steve O'Shea for you.
oh, here we fucking go.
He says, sorry for the legal question. I have an NFA trust from 2012 with items on it. I heard ATF change language that my trust may not be good to buy new items. I've also moved. How hard is it to change the trust paperwork to show my new address? And do I have to get a NRA trust like these? NRA trust.
NFA.
NFA.
No, NFA trust me. No, you don't. Like, I'm unaware of any changes that require you to change the language in your trust. They made changes that might require you to do different things when you purchase an item, such as if you have a co-trustee now, that co-trustee also has to do fingerprints and a background check, but it doesn't require you to change any language in your trust. If you changed and moved addresses, then yeah, you don't really even need to amend your trust. You technically need to inform the ATF of your new address because that's where you're going to be storing the items. But you don't even really have to do that. If you want to just email me a copy of your trust, because the trusts don't need addresses. Like, they don't have to say the address of the trustee is 125 Parker Street or whatever. You just put in there what I put in mine. It just says the trust uses the address of the trustor, like the current address of the trustor. That way, no matter where your address is, that's the correct address. So you don't have to keep updating it whenever you need to. So if you get an amendment, or if you want me to do an amendment, it's pretty easy to do, but I won't do an amendment putting a new address. I would do an amendment putting the language that says whatever the hell your address is the correct address. That way you don't have to keep doing it over and over again. So if you want to email me, you can go to the website, get my email address. It's jeff@theyounglawyers.com. Just email me your question. You can send me a copy of your trust. I'll look it over and I'll tell you if you need an amendment, and then I can, charge a small fee to do that.
We're at 8:59. We've got to do the.
All right.
Let's give away some shit. That's enough about ICE and Tim Walsh. Let's give away some stuff.
Days. We're going to do the block first.
All right. The armor's block first, so no Sean.
Well, there'll be like 9 people on there then. That makes it easier.
I'm telling you. No, well, put everybody on there. Let's go. Spin that thing. We'll just go below Sean then. All right, so let's thank the sponsors. All right. So, our king sponsor.
Damn it. Got me too quick.
Good. Johnny Custom Glocks, because once again, life is way too friggin' short to have a Glock trigger that sucks. So get yourself a Glock trigger. All right. Get yourself a JCG. Put it on there. If you got a 43X, a 43 or 48, and you don't have that 4311 on there, you are missing out on good things in life. All right. He's got the GAT 11 coming out. I don't know if it's out or if I'm supposed to be telling it's coming out, but whatever. When that comes out, that's for the big guns, and I'm pretty sure he's probably rocking Gen 6. V lines, or whatever else you need for all your G-Lock pleasure. All right. Don't forget to follow him on the socials. Go back in the day and see what he's doing there so you can figure out what he's doing to the triggers. All right. Our Jester sponsor, Sean Hilton at smokeshow3d.com.
Woo-hoo! Yeah, baby.
Don't forget to use your FSP 10. You get 10% off when you go to buy an Armor's Block, because you should. Or take the next Glock Armors class and you'll get one free. Coming in, Hilton.
Put it on the calendar.
Yeah, we got to get it on the calendar, all right? And Self-Defense Emporium for hooking us up. All right, so let's give away the keychain. Let's give away the block first, then the keychain, then the keychain.
Mm-hmm.
And then chances.
People aren't using their chances.
Now we'll just give away the keychain, the block and the keychain,
Okay,
so we can get carry out of here tonight.
Okay, sounds good.
Look at hoodie on you. You see hoodie on there?
Where?
Oh, it's going to come up right here.
Oh,
There it is.
Yep.
Oh, there it is again. All right, let's spin it. Let's spin it.
Spin it to win it.
Kenny Johns. All right. All right, so now what are we doing? Which keychain? Sean Hilton keychain?
Yes.
All right, so I'm going to give away this is not the 30 round Magpul AR magazine keychain. Not a Magpul 30 round mag. Just happens to look really close to it. All right, let's spin it. Wait, everybody's excited, man. There are little names on there.
Better chances.
I don't even have to wear my glasses to read them. Cutting flat.
All right.
Princess.
Tommy.
All right.
Gary's keychain. Really cool FSP.
There's me showing it to the camera. Oh, they look. It's on the camera.
Oh,
We got a bag of them.
yes, we do.
All right. You got Sean on there? Whenever you're ready. Yep, not a problem. Technical difficulty. All right. All right. So we didn't get all this stuff for anybody share. So if Sean, you're not on there 48 times because it didn't come through to us. All right, give it a spin. Give it a spin. You got names out of country on there. Oh, Frank.
Frank Butts.
All right. I'll put my name on this so I can see it go around.
You guys have to come down to the Emporium and get your stuff.
Yep. Come and get them. You know where we're at. 1012 10th Street East. All right. We got a big billboard now in front.
From
You
the
can't-
west side.
Yeah, only from the west side. So don't come from the east. If you do come from the east,
Look for the black fence.
look for the black fence. All right. We got to get carried out of here. So I want to thank everybody once again. You know, our sponsors. All right. And mostly you guys for always watching, making it fun for us to see your names there because we truly do enjoy it. All right. So I'm going to finish up this drink. I'm going to send you guys on your way. What do you think, Jeff? Words of wisdom?
Sounds good to me.
Robbie
There you
wants
go.
to know, is a keychain legal to carry in Massachusetts?
Probably not because piece of shit state. We'll send you a friggin' censored I hate tyranny keychain. How's that?
Awesome.
All right. Do you have any words of wisdom, Jeff? Or are you just going with letting me swear at people?
Try and stay out of people's way. If you're going to protest, try and stay out of people's way. That's my only advice. But in Florida, if you want to protest, there is no rule that says you cannot carry a firearm or extra ammunitions or openly when you do so. So protest and carry responsibly, as always.
Just don't try to catch flashbangs.
Yeah, don't catch flashbangs.
Definitely don't do that. If something lands on
They're
the
not
ground
returnable.
that's thrown by law enforcement and you don't know what it is, don't fucking pick it up.
All right. So until next week, don't play stupid games.
Always
You
good
won't win
advice.
stupid prizes. Thank you.
Love you guys.
Love you guys. Peace. Play music.